Welcome to the lecture series. So in this lecture we are going to see how to create a virtual machine through VirtualBox. So in order to create a virtual machine, we need to install VirtualBox, or we need to install hypervisor in our machine. So in order to install the hypervisor, we need to download a hypervisor application or a software, right? So here we are going to download a hypervisor software said to be VirtualBox, right? So here in the first link you can see the Oracle VirtualBox, right? So you just go to this particular link or click the link. So here you can see the platform packages, right? So platform in the sense the operating system, in which operating system you are going to install the package. For those operating system, the VirtualBox package is available, right? So in this video series, or in this particular video lecture, I am going to demonstrate or show you how to install the VirtualBox and create a virtual machine in Windows host, right? So I am going to click the first button or the first option set to be Windows host, right? So here the file will be getting downloaded, right? So here already I have downloaded the file, so I am not going to download it again, right? So now coming to the folder. So here, so in order to install a virtual, or in order to create a virtual machine, you need two things. One is your VirtualBox and another one is your ISO of the operating system which you are going to install. So here I have taken, or I have downloaded Ubuntu 16 version for installing. The operating system is Ubuntu 16, right? So now we shall start to, or we shall see how to install the VirtualBox, right? So here the downloaded VirtualBox software is there. So you just double click over this and give the permission. Okay, so here the permission is being given for installing the VirtualBox software in my operating system, right? So here the installation preparation got started here, right? So once it gets prepared, we will be getting a new window for the installation. So here this is the VirtualBox setup. So here you can see the welcome message, right? So here I am going to click next. Okay, and here we need to accept the license agreement, right? So license agreement, and then click next. And here you can see the path where the VirtualBox software will be getting installed, right? So if you need to change the path, you can change the path, right? So here the default path is C program files Oracle VirtualBox. There the software will be getting installed, right? So I am leaving it as such, right? I am not going to change the location. And here click next. So here you are, since if your network connection is on, what will be happening is you will be getting a warning message, right? That doesn't matter, you can proceed with the installation. And here missing dependencies. So here if any dependency is missing, it will be showing that, right? So I am not going to bother about that, but I am going to proceed with the installation. Okay, and next, and here it is the custom setup, right? So whether you need to create a shortcut on the desktop, whether a shortcut has to be given the quick launch bar, then register file association, start media, menu entries, all these things are asking, right? So if you need, you can deselect something, or else you can install by using the same setup. Okay, so then click next and then install the software, right? So it will be taking some time and then it will be starting the installation. So now the installation got started, and here the installation got finished, right? So here you can see, right? So on clicking the finish button, the Oracle VirtualBox will be getting started up. Here you can see this is your VirtualBox manager, right? So here only we will be going to create our virtual machine, right? So here, while the main thing which you need to keep in mind is, before starting the installation, the first thing you need to do is you need to gather the installation disk or file. Okay, when you are going to create a virtual machine, you will need to install the operating system. Okay, that is, for installing the operating system, you will be needing the installation disk of that particular operating system. Okay, right? So the thing which you need to keep it ready is nothing but your operating system, right? So here I have kept the ISO file of an operating system, right? So either you can install it directly from the disk, or either you can use an ISO file for installing the operating system. Okay, so next For creating the virtual machine, you have to use the button, or you have to use this particular option set to be new. Okay, so here you have to give a name of your virtual machine, right? So here I am going to create the name of my virtual machine to be Ubuntu. Okay, I'm going to give the same name of the operating system, and here if you can change the folder, right? So here I am going to change the folder to D VirtualBox. Okay, and here you need to select the ISO image, right? So here I am have the ISO image here, right? Just click it here, right? So here on clicking the ISO image, the type of that particular operating system, what is the subtype, and what is the version, everything will be getting read by the VirtualBox, and it will be shown here. Okay, so previously if you see before selecting the ISO image, here so other informations were there, right? So here the detected OS type is nothing but the Ubuntu 32-bit. Okay, and then you can click next, right? So here you can select, or you can set up the credentials for your operating system which you are going to install, right? So here if you see, the username and password is defaultly given. The username is vboxuser and password is given as change me, right? So I am going to change it as 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so it has to be repeated here. Okay, so now the password is given here, right? So here we do not have any product key, so it is been blacked out, or it is been disabled. Then the host name is Ubuntu, and the domain name is myguest.virtualbox.org. Okay, so this will be holding the host name, right? And then, so if you need to add some guest additions, then you can go for using this guest additions, right? So here I am not going for any guest additions, so you can leave it as such, right? So okay, so you can leave it as such and then click next. And here you have to choose the amount of memory, as well as you have to choose the number of processor which you are going to give for this particular virtual machine. Okay, right? So the setting the amount of RAM is a most important thing, right? So here you have to decide how much RAM you are going to give. Okay, so here automatically the virtual machine or the virtual box will be choosing some amount of RAM. Okay, right? So here you can increase or decrease the RAM. And here recommendation to you is not to give maximum amount of RAM. Okay, so you should not give the maximum amount of RAM to the virtual machine. Okay, so because what will be happening is it will be affecting the host operating system. Okay, so you should only give a minimum, or to an extent you can give the memory, right? And also you can allocate some amount of CPU to you. Okay, so in this particular laptop or machine, I have 4 number of CPUs, right? So I have here allotted only 1 CPU, right? So if I am giving 2 also, you can, it's possible, right? So based upon the allocation of memory and processor, the speed of the virtual machine will be available, right? Okay, so here I am giving it to be processor to be 1. Okay, and then you can click next, and then you have to create a virtual disk. So here your virtual machine will be needing a virtual hard drive in order to install the operating system as well as the program files whatever we are going to install in that particular operating system. Okay, and here one thing which you have to make sure, that is the virtual hard disk should have at least enough space to install the operating system. Okay, you have to give at least a minimum hard disk space, right? And here how many hard disk space you are going to give, that you can find out, or that you can find out by seeing the specification of the operating system. Okay, by seeing the specification of your operating system, you can give that much amount of space for your hard disk, right? For your virtual hard disk. And you have to remember that any program you are installing on that particular machine or in that particular operating system will be taking the space in the virtual hard disk also, right? So the allocation of virtual hard disk should be planned accordingly. And here the most commonly used virtual hard disk drive is VDI, that is VirtualBox disk image. Okay, so in that particular file format only all the information will be getting saved, or all the your data, whatever we are going to save will be saved inside your host operating system. Okay, and here I am going to leave access, right? So I am not going to increase or decrease the virtual hard disk here. Okay, and then click next, and here you will be getting the summary, right? So name of the machine, where the machine or the operating system is going to install, where is the ISO image file present, okay, and what is the guest OS type, and then the username, whether you have the product key and the whole domain name for that particular operating system you are going to use, and the hardware, that is the base memory, how much you have given, and how many processor you have allotted, and how many virtual hard disk space you have allotted, right? So these things will be given as in your summary, right? So if you wish to change anything, you can click the back button and you can go to that particular specified setup page, and then you can make changes based upon your need. Okay, and if it is okay to you, if the configuration you have made is okay to you, then you can click finish button. Okay, and here you can see the virtual machine which we have installed is being shown here, right? So here you can see the name of the virtual machine, right? So here the current status of this particular virtual machine is powered off, right? So we have not turned on that particular virtual machine, right? So now what you can see is the virtual machine got started up, right? So in order to initiate that, you can double click on this, right? So here you can see the virtual machine got started up, right? So up to this, what we have done is we have only configured the virtual machine, right? We have only made the configuration for that particular virtual machine, but we haven't done the installation. Okay, right? So we haven't done the installation of the particular operating system. Okay, right? So now we shall see the installation process, right? So here you can see the setup of the particular operating system got started, and the installation also got started here, right? Okay, so as usual, how our operating system will be getting installed, the Ubuntu operating system will also get installed in the virtual machine. Okay, so based upon the configuration which you have given for this particular virtual machine, the speed will be there for that operating system. Okay, so here the copying of files and everything is been taking place, and here you can see what are the operations going on. Okay, so now we shall wait for the operating system to get installed. So in this step, the configuration of hardware is being taking place. The hardware of your host machine or your machine will be getting shared with the virtual machine which we are going to install. So now the installation of your operating system got completed. So here what will be happening is the operating system will get rebooted. Okay, so now what happens is the operating system is booting up, right? So once the installation got over, the operating system will be getting booting up for the first time. Okay, so here whatever in this particular VirtualBox, whatever operations you are doing, everything will be getting affected to this particular virtual machine, right? So in the operating system of that particular virtual machine, right? Okay, so now the operating system got opened. Now we shall give the password which we have set already, right? And then click next. Okay, so here the operating system gets booted up. So since it is opening for the first time, it will take some time. So here the operating system got booted up. Okay, so in the view menu you can give full screen mode, so that what will be happening, the full screen mode will be enabled to you. Okay, so if you don't want, you can go back. Okay, and here what we can do is you can shut down this operating system in 3 ways. Okay, so directly you can shut down by clicking the shutdown option. Okay, so by clicking the normal logout or shutdown, you can shut down this machine, or else you can shut down it by using the X mark shown in the upper right corner, right? So here we have three different options. Okay, so when you click this, so first option is that it will be saving the machine state, right? So this will be saving the virtual machine in the exact state that it is in when you choose it. Okay, so any program you are running will be saved in the current state, and everything will be getting restored when you switch on the machine again or when you start the machine again. Okay, so whatever programs which are running here will be getting saved. Okay, the second is send the shutdown signal, right? So this will send a power down signal to the virtual machine, and it will be shut down as if the power button was pressed on the physical machine. And third one, this will power down the machine as if power was cut to the computer, right? So nothing will be getting saved, right? So these are the three options how you can shut down, right? So better option is to go to the normal shutdown option. Okay, and also here you can have another one option set to be taking the snapshot. Okay, so you can take a snapshot of your machine, that is the current state of your machine, and you can save it separately, right? So similar to that of the creating restore point in Windows operating system. Okay, and if any adverse situation happens to your virtual machine, what you can do is you can restore it from the snapshot which you have taken. Okay, so this is the how a virtual machine has to be installed in the VirtualBox, right? So here I am going to click this and close it. So here you can see three different options are asking, right? The three different options which I told you now. First one, save the machine state. Okay, so this will be saving the machine state. Then send the shutdown signal means it will be sending the power down signal to the virtual machine, and it will be shut down the machine. Third one is power off the machine, that is normal how power will be getting cut off in the machine, like this it will be getting power off. Okay, so here I am giving the option as power off the machine, and then click OK, right? So here what will be happening, system got power off. Okay, so as that of the when the power get, so if you do not have any UPS in your connected to your machine, and if the power goes off, the machine will be getting shut down, right? The same way it will be shut down. Okay, and here after shutdowning, and again if you need to start this particular machine, what you do is you just double click over the name of the virtual machine. Okay, so here what will be happening is the virtual machine will be getting powered up. Okay, right? Clear? So this is the way how a virtual machine has to be installed, right? And also so here the virtual machine is getting started up, right? So virtual machine is been getting started up. I am not going to start it again. I'm going to close it and I'm going to power it off. Okay, and here we have another one option, that is you can clone this particular virtual machine, or you can move this particular virtual machine. Okay, or also you can completely delete the virtual machine. Cloning means you can create a clone. Okay, so a new machine can be created for this, right? So here I am creating I am giving the name as Ubuntu clone, and the clone type I am giving it as full clone, right? So generally that particular machine will be created, right? Okay, and here options, whatever you need you can get it here. Okay, and here I am going to create another one. I have given another one path. Okay, so D downloads, right? So if I click finish, what will be happening is a clone of this particular Ubuntu machine will be getting created, right? So here you can see how many percentage of that particular machine is getting copied. So here you can see, so this is the place where we have created our virtual machine, right? So D VirtualBox VMs, inside that Ubuntu, here you can see the virtual machine got created, right? So this is the virtual disk image, right? So here what happened is all the operating system and the application whatever I am going to install in that particular virtual machine will be getting created here, right? So here you can see VirtualBox machine definition, and this is your virtual disk image, right? So here you can see that while doing the configuration we have allotted 25 GB of space for this virtual disk, right? So here you can see 4.69 GB is taken for this virtual disk image. Okay, right? So this is how a virtual machine files will be there. Okay, so here you can see VDI. Okay, right. So I think you have understood how to create or install a VirtualBox and how to install a virtual machine. Thank you.